Mother's Day is coming up on May 14th, and it will be a tough day for a lot of women. We're talking specifically about women who've lost a child. Sisters of Hope in Richmond and Umbrella Ministries presents A Day of Hope, supporting and encouraging mothers who've lost a child at any age to any circumstance. Lonnie Hermans and Kathy Brundage are here to tell us more about this one-day conference. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Let's talk specifically about A Day of Hope. This is something that has been done before.
This will be our second one. We had one last fall and had over 40 women show up for our first one, so this will be our second one here in Richmond.
And what is the idea, the overall idea of Day of Hope?
To show mothers that there's hope, that they've gone down a journey and a road they didn't expect, and it looks dark and it looks very intimidating. And so we're there to say we've been there before and we're going to be there all through the rest of it.
I'm sure there's something very comforting about the empathy of someone who truly does know how you feel.
Absolutely. Being surrounded by other women who just truly get it is such an encouragement to me personally, and I think to all of the women in our group.
You're both holding pictures. Tell us the story behind it. First of all, let's start with you, Lonnie.
This is Jackson. He's my son. He passed away in October 2015 of complications from pneumonia. He was 9 months old.
What was so special about him?
Oh, his smile.
Absolutely. He's got that.
He had a lot of medical issues, and he was just a happy baby throughout it all. He never stopped making other people smile, and he's still, even now, changing lives.
It must mean something special for someone to ask you about your son and not pretend that he wasn't here.
Absolutely. Anytime someone says his name to me first, before I say it, it's this feeling inside that is just so, it's overwhelmingly good. Yes. It's joyful.
And Kathy, your story.
Well, this is our daughter Tanya. She was 25, and unfortunately she was killed by her husband. So it was definitely a domestic violence, and that is really tough for moms to hear, and especially other moms who are going through it. So the thing that I like to share with them, that there is hope down the road, that there is hope that life can be full, and life can be full of blessings, and you can still smile and talk about your kids.
Absolutely. This conference itself, what are some of the things that women are going to be able to do at the conference, or get to learn at the conference?
Okay, we're going to be having a couple of workshops. There'll be a workshop on marriage and grief. There'll be a workshop on how to talk to the siblings of a child who's no longer with us. There'll be another workshop about personal care and caring for yourself, especially Mother's Day coming up. So there'll be workshops. There'll be some circles of love, which will get together with other moms who have lost their child in a similar circumstances, and you'll be able to share what it's been like. So there's a lot of sharing and a lot of tenderness that goes on.
And in attending this, what do you hope to get out of it?
Just being surrounded by women who truly understand, and being able to help each other along. It's really encouraging to me to be with women like Kathy and others who are further along on this journey. So to see people who are surviving and thriving 8, 10, 30 years down the road, whereas I'm only, a year out. It's really encouraging to me to be around those women.
It really is. It's sad, but it's uplifting to talk to both of you today, because I know what you've gone through, but I know where you're going as well. And this is an idea to show women and families that there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Absolutely, and I think that's the biggest thing, is that when you turn down that path, you don't know it's ahead of you. So we always say we're trying to leave the breadcrumbs for the moms who are coming behind us.
And obviously from last year, and then now that you're doing this again this year, what was the feedback from the women who attended, and what did they want to see going forward from this event?
The circles of love were the biggest thing. They really felt like when they got with other women who were going through very similar circumstances, that they found that sisters and that bond, that for the first time for some of them, they were able to say, oh, you get it. And that was an amazing testimony.
And I thought it was interesting that I read that this is for mothers specifically, but also other women like aunts and nieces and any woman who's been touched by the tragedy of losing a loved one.
Absolutely, and we have actually had, you know, a sister come along with the mom, so she would be the aunt, to support each other and to learn a little bit more about how she could be there for her sister. And that was huge last year. And so, yes, it's for anyone who's been touched by this.
Well, we're going to give people the details on how to do this. There are going to be speakers and workshops and group activities. Thank you, ladies, so much. Kathy Brundage and Lonnie Herman for joining us today. A Day of Hope is coming up on Saturday, May 20th from 8:30 to 5 o'clock. It's at Stony Point Presbyterian Church on Buford Road in North Chesterfield. If you'd like to get more information, we'll post a link on our show website. You can check for that by early this afternoon at WTVR.com/VTN.